everybody, Mary TKDK here, coming to you with a quick tag video. But before I get into that, let me just knock out a face of the day, well, I guess an eyeshadow of the day in case you ask. As far as the entire face of the day, you can go to my previous face of the day video, which I will put an annotation for real this time. I know I say that and I don't, but you see the title right there, and you can see the products I used on my face. The only difference is today I don't have a blush on at all. I just have the e.l.f. Highlighter that I used in that video on my cheeks and in my highlight areas. Today all eyeshadows came from the Urban Decay Vice palette. On my crease I have Muse, which is this brown right here. On my outer V I have Black Market and Jagged, which is Black Market, and this is Jagged right here. And then on my lid, I have Blitz, which is this. And then a little bit of Penny Lane. Penny Lane is on the very inner corner, and then on the lid is Blitz. And Penny Lane is just right there in the inner corner. And that's it. On my lips today, I am wearing a Avon lip gloss that I won in a giveaway. And this is called Mirage. And I got this from Lioness the Missus. If you want to see that video, then check below. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started because I don't want this video to be long. So, this is the perfect palette tag. And I was tagged to do this video by Miss Queen Mika 28. So I will get this party started. Yes, I'm looking down because I'm trying to get my questions in order. Alright, so let's go. Number one, best packaging. I will have to say the best packaging overall for high-end palettes that I own goes to Urban Decay. I own several Urban Decay palettes, and they have the most creative packaging and honestly the most sturdy and lasting packaging. You really do get what you pay for. And there is honestly a difference between the duplicates and the originals. There is. But you do get what you pay for with these. My favorite as far as Naked palette packaging is Naked 2. Now, my personal favorite packaging is my Ooh La La Film blush palette because I think that's cute. And I did that myself. But that's just me, you know. Alright, number two, best color payoff. I would have to say goes to my Urban Decay Vice palette. And this is the original Vice, not the Vice 2. These colors in here are amazable, simply amazable. I never took this off of the mirror, but that's a mirror. These colors in here are phenomenal, amazing, amazable. I love them. There's nudes, a couple of nude mattes, and the rest, of course, you know, I'm going to have a little bit of shimmer. It is Urban Decay. That's what you expect from Urban Decay. Well worth it. You cannot get this anymore. I do hope they bring it back because I think this is better than the new Vice palette. That's my personal opinion. But this was definitely worth the purchase, and I'm glad that I have it. Now, on the lower end, not really this low-end product, but on the lower end, price-wise, I would say Wet n Wild eyeshadows have great color payoff. And I own these 3 of the 8-pan palettes, and I own several of the 3 or 4-pan palettes, the little smaller ones. And they do have awesome color payoff. So definitely check those out. Most versatile, I would honestly have to say my e.l.f. 85 Complete the Look palette. And that's because this palette has eyeshadow in it, it has lip colors in it, it has blushes, and it has bronzers and highlighters in it. So this is a very versatile palette, and I've used this a couple of times. The color payoff definitely has to be worked with over and over and over and over and over again. However, it is worth it. It definitely is worth it. Another one I will say is great for this versatility, and that is the Jenny Riviera palette from BH Cosmetics. I have it here upside down for you. It has blushes, some bronzers, and these colors are amazing. You can do so many looks with this. This does not have a matte black in it, but it does have this smoky charcoal gray and a nice navy blue that will do the trick and suffice for you in the absence of the matte black we all love to have. Now, best for traveling, I would honestly say the e.l.f. 100. And I have had this for a year now. And this is the e.l.f. 100 palette. This is good for traveling because if something happens to it, I don't care. And I'm not trying to be mean, but this palette cost me, I got this on clearance. This palette was maybe $5, $5 or $6. So I don't care if anything happens to this palette. And it has all the colors I need. And the only thing I will take is a couple of bases with me, a white base and probably a pearl base. And I can do whatever I want. A black gel eyeliner works as a black base for me. So I could work this palette when I travel. When we cruise, I take this palette, and I don't care what happens. Now, something that I would take with me on a cute little weekend, a romantic little weekend nearby, or someplace I'm going where I just really want to get super jazzed up, that would be the BH Cosmetics Day and Night palette. And this is a good palette for traveling because it has looks for the day and looks for the night. 30 on each side, so that's good for traveling. Okay, my biggest regret, I have 3. I'm going to knock them out because they're not even worth discussing. Don't waste your time or your money. That is the Neon palette. The 28 Neutral palette. Yes, once you get the Naked, you have no use for this in your life. You don't. And the 28 Blush palette. And if you guys want to see what they look like, here's the blush palette from eBay. You don't need it. Go ahead and get you some La Femme blushes. The 28 Neutral palette has a lot of MAC dupes in it, but it's not worth your time or your money. And this Neon palette that everybody was raving about, waste. However, this color in the Neon palette is a nice little blue. But other than that, all the rest of them. I have better neons in the palette I'm getting ready to show you here. Alrighty. So now we are at best color name. Well, I would honestly have to give, for an entire palette name, I honestly would have to say the Naked palette, which I think was the most amazing palette name because it's a perfect way to say nude without saying nude. I mean, just saying naked. But as far as other palette names, I like the way that Wet n Wild names their palettes. Like this one is called Petal Pusher. And it's cute because it looks like little flower petals. Blue had me at hello. Comfort Zone, which is good because it's a neutral palette and people love to kind of be neutral colors. So this is a good name, Comfort Zone. Staying in your comfort zone, you want to play with colors too much. Individual names, I would have to say I love Penny Lane, which is right here in the original Vice palette. This is what Penny Lane looks like, and then you see it on my eyes. So now we are on least used. Well, since this is something that I just travel with when I cruise, this is the least used, and I may take this with me like if I go out of town or if I'm gonna go let my sister play in makeup or teach someone how to use makeup. I start with this palette. So this is my least used palette, which is the e.l.f. 100. But another palette that's actually awesome, and I don't know why I don't use this a lot, I actually just moved this into my personal kit and I'm keeping it in there now, and that is the 32 color lip palette. You can get this from any place, BH Cosmetics. I think you can get this from Coastal Scents, but for sure you can get this from eBay. But yes, this palette right here, it's my least used, and I don't know why, because it has amazing colors, and that's the 32 Lip Colors palette. Now, number 8, and the last question, my most loved, most used. Honestly, I use all my palettes equally because I actually rotate them out. Again, I'll put a link to my makeup storage video below, but I rotate my palettes out. So I use all of them equally. But currently, as of filming this, this will go up probably mid-November. So as of filming this video in the beginning of that month, fall still, and going into winter right now, I am enjoying the Metal Mania palette. And that's because it has metallics. I think this one has a cute name too. But these metallic colors are amazing. Amazing, amazing. And if you do not have Vice 2, a good dupe for Penny Lane is right here in the Metal Mania palette. So if you do not have the Vice palette, this color right here in Metal Mania is a perfect dupe for Penny Lane, and that's both of them together. You cannot tell the difference. And Penny Lane looks really good on the lips too. So, like right there in the center of the lips, I do that all the time with Penny Lane, and that just looks awesome. It looks good with clear gloss. Oh, sets it off, honey. So, you know, I really like this Metal Mania palette because I've been using it on my lips. And I've been using it on my eyes right now in this season. Another palette that I have been loving is my 180 Baby, and I'll be recording a review for that right after I finish this one, so you can know what that is. My 180 Baby, love this palette. Named that myself. And another one that I think is awesome, well, I guess on a lower end scale in price, will be this e.l.f. Spring palette. And this is the e.l.f. Spring Warm from 2012. I'm not quite sure what they changed this spring's palette to, but this is great. I really love the colors on this, especially these warmer colors here. These are perfect brow bone highlights, and these are honestly nice on the cheeks. So this makes a great travel palette as well, if you're willing to dig in there and get some of that color out for blush. This is good because it gives you neutrals, it gives you brow bone highlights, and it gives you nice cheek, and honestly mix them with some clear gloss and you got some bomb lip colors. I've done it before. So that is the e.l.f. Eyes Lips Face Spring 2012 Warm. So that's it, guys. I want to say thank you so much to Miss Queen Mika 28 for tagging me in this video. Again, a link to her video will be below, her direct tag video. This has been the Perfect Palette tag. I hope I didn't include too much, but I just wanted to discuss, you know, there's more palettes, you know, than just eyeshadow palettes. I wanted to include some of that in mine. But, you know, with my handy dandy editing, this video will be short, sweet, and to the point, or maybe not too short, but it'll be to the point. Thanks so much for tuning in. See you in the next one. Bye.